All right, welcome in. It is a brand new edition of the RSL Show. I'm Alex Napoles. That's Josh Clark. He's Carson Lantz, and we're here to bring you the latest and the greatest with the FIFA World Cup. But before we get into the World Cup, there is some local news that we want to dive into regarding Real Salt Lake, and that is earlier last week, there was a report that came out from the Salt Lake Tribune about former RSL goalkeeper Jeff Dusnup, who has filed a lawsuit against Real Salt Lake, seeking for $100 million in damages, $80 million in lost wages, $20 million for, what are they calling it?
Mental distress or some shit.
Yeah, $20 million for distress. And that's the so now Jeff Dusnup, the former academy goalkeeper, going after Real Salt Lake, trying to take a civil suit to court about former academy graduates allegedly doing some pretty nasty things to Jeff Dusnup.
I don't want to sound insensitive here. 80 million in lost wages?
Right.
That was 100.
Well, it's like 80 and 20 for the other.
Right.
80 million is wild, brother.
That's a lot.
What career path did he have planned?
Well, he was actually touted to be like a really really good goalkeeper.
Okay, sure.
National team.
But like Matt Turner's not going to make anywhere close to 80 million.
Tim Howard only made like 50, 60 million in his career.
Right. That's where I'm just like,
yeah,
you would have had to end up being the guy for a long time to maybe get 80 million. That's crazy talk, that number. But that's not shade. That was when I read that, I was like, where'd you think you were going to play, dog? Anyway.
Even, maybe Tim Howard and maybe Matt Turner aren't the best examples, but somebody who's been there, done that, played for a really, really long time, and was one of the legendaries in his position, Gigi Buffon, amassed an estimated 100 million to 120 million in his career salary. And this is a guy who played 28 years professionally and was one of the best of the best.
Yeah, it was just a crazy number that caught me off guard.
Like, I understand why you go for that number.
Yeah, because you take the lower one, right?
Right. I understand, as looking at it from like the lawyer perspective and looking at it from like the civil case perspective, like you essentially set the bar for the settlement. So any number that you get back from Real Salt Lake, that I think we'll try to settle everything. You can see that as a win.
Yeah, I think I'm just, another year, another controversy, Alex and Carson.
Quite literally, when we saw the article pop up and when the information came across, I sent it to you guys and Josh. We said, man, it's like clockwork because
every summer
there's always something, man.
Always. I don't
jinx it even more.
But really, it's every summer. Like we just can't operate without something going on. It's crazy.
No,
absolutely exhausting.
This one ultimately, I think, not to be insensitive about the situation, because some of the what Jeff Dusnup is saying is serious acts towards a minor, because let's remember, while all this was going on, he was under the age of 18 inside that locker room. There's specific players named in the suit. There are specific players who are named in Jeffrey Dusnup's lawsuit, where he names former Real Salt Lake defender Aaron Herrera in regards to exposing his parts to a minor player at that time. David Ochoa also named in the lawsuit for making lewd comments about a minor's body. Then there are players who are named in it, like Tate Schmidt, former Real Salt Lake defender, who's named in it, alongside Justin Glad for throwing balls at his bottom.
Who's not done that part?
Yeah, no, that right there is that's a classic boys locker room move.
Yeah, that one lost me. I lost me on that one a little bit. The other two, I'm like, ooh, I'm shocked they didn't have a separate locker room.
The other two are
yes.
the other two are really rough, and I don't want to downplay the Justin Glad and Tate Schmidt stuff, because again, I think that the only reason we're having this conversation is because it did happen while he was under 18 at the time, and I think that's what makes it a really, really big deal.
Yeah, I'm also thinking like, dang, could I sue my high school? No, that's a horrible joke, and I apologize. But I definitely got balls thrown at my butt. But yeah, the other stuff, especially while he's a minor. I mean, the other guys would have been 19 at the time, so like it's that weird blurry line of like you're still acting like a minor, but you're not. Nonetheless, it's not okay, right?
Yeah.
And RSL really should have done a better job at protecting the underage players and them having their own locker room and stuff like that. Yeah, just serious allegations, and it sucks to have another controversy, especially one like this.
Tinfoil hat time. Time to put on some conspiracies here for you guys. I wonder how much this played into the abrupt leaving of Freddie Juarez. Because it matches the timeline.
Interesting. He wasn't named. Well, I guess he's not named.
He wasn't named in the suit, but it would have happened under his watch in his locker room while he was the head coach at Real Salt Lake.
Interesting.
And then we all know how abrupt. We all remember how abrupt that his departure was. Right, mid-season, heading into the tail end of summer. Freddie Juarez packs his bag, takes an assistant coaching job at Seattle, and then Pablo Mastroeni is left to pick up the team afterwards. And I just don't think, knowing Pablo and the conversations that we've had with Pablo, and knowing Mastroeni now, it just doesn't seem like that would fly under Mastroeni's watch.
No, I don't think so. Yeah.
So again, tinfoil hat. I wonder how much, if this plays anything into that abrupt leaving from Freddie Juarez, and also looking at it from the perspective of academy players, and looking at it from the homegrown talent. I wonder if any of the information that has been revealed by Jeff Dusnup in this lawsuit, as a young prospect coming up, and you have the potential of coming to Real Salt Lake and joining the RSL Academy, I wonder if any of that comes up, right? I wonder if any of that is a concern of how the state of the locker room is now for guys like Xavier Gozo, who was in the locker room under 18, right? And Luka Moisa more recently under 18 in that locker room. And so I hope that it, again, I bring up Pablo Mastroeni because I don't think that happens now, and I hope that in the future academy kids are protected. And I think Pablo Mastroeni makes it known to guys who want to come in and want to be signed by Real Salt Lake and make it known that they are better protected now. Yeah,
I think it seems pretty apparent that the issues are resolved because we're still getting youth products coming in, right?
Right. So, and you haven't heard anything. At least we haven't heard anything.
Right. No one's come out publicly and said I'm not going there because this happened to a goalkeeper back in the day, right? So
right. And I think it's unfortunate, man, because I do think that Jeff Dusnup had a career in Major League Soccer. Everything that was touted about Jeff back in the day suggested that he had a career in either, whether that be with Real Salt Lake, whether that be starting somewhere else. And then he, of course, had the retirement early. Part of the civil suit talks about his PTSD with how he was treated in that locker room. And so for now, man, I wish nothing but the best for Jeff. And I hope that he can, take this, grow from it, and be better for it.
We were looking forward to him, picking up the reins right after Beavers, if I remember correctly.
No, it was actually
it was before, right?
Dusnup was before Beavers, yeah.
Right. My timeline's all jacked up, but
yeah.
We were keeping an eye on him, ready to see him, potentially get some minutes. So it's just too bad. And RSL's had controversy, right? It just seems like there's always a common theme. It's just too bad this time it's underage stuff, which is never
Yeah.
No bueno.
It's gross, right?
Yeah, not good.
So, and of course, Justin Glad can't come out and make a comment because it's a lawsuit, right? So he
Yeah.
can't say anything because words will be used against him. Aaron Herrera can't say anything, right, to defend themselves because you never know what their take on it is, or
Yeah.
it's just a tough situation. It's unfortunate.
I don't really have too much to say on the situation. I just think it sucks that Dusnip had to go through that, and then I feel like as a guy like Justin Glad, who's been around forever, I don't think it also is like the best look on him. But I mean, we really can't say too much until we know the full story. So I'm really keeping judgments to myself for right now.
Wrestling did release a statement and said that the team takes any claims related to athlete safety extremely serious. The club is aware of the complaint filed by the former professional player and firmly denies the allegations. The club will vigorously defend itself through the legal process. It has also been added onto the Tribune story that it is confirmed now by RSL Monarchs and the Utah Royals now that all they do provide separate locker rooms for minors signed to the clubs. So
good to know.
That's the latest on that. I will throw in a quick plug here for Jake and Ben on the KSL Sports Zone. They had a lawyer come on to talk about the lawsuit, and I thought he gave a lot of really, really good information about what happens next for both Real Salt Lake and Jeffrey Dusnip. So if you have the time, if you have the opportunity, head over to wherever you get your podcasts, search up Jake and Ben, and find the interview with Greg Skortis, who is on KSL News Radio. He gave a lot of really great information about, again, what happens next and about the allegations. So I highly recommend going listen to that and getting an idea of how the legal process works.
Yeah, I imagine this will be settled quietly out of court.
I do too. And again, I think it goes back to and even Greg Skortis mentions it, right? It has a little bit to do with the number, the number that was thrown out there, that he also believes it's for settlement purposes.
Yeah, again, just to reiterate, I wasn't trying to make light of the situation. That number just really caught me off guard.
I think it caught everybody off guard. And honestly, it's what drew my attention to the article too. As soon as it popped up on my feed, I said, whoa, $1 million. And because it is it's a high number. Yeah, it's a really high number. Moving on.
Moving on.
It's World Cup time. The FIFA World Cup is right around the corners. Starting up Thursday with the inaugural matchup between Mexico and South Africa. The U.S. men's national team has played 2 tune-up friendlies before the start of the World Cup. One against Germany and then one against, remind me who they played against. Senegal. They won 3-2 against Senegal. Then they lost 2-1 to Germany. And I think I've learned a lot about the U.S. men's national team through through those first friendlies. And it's the fact that, I think I didn't have a lot of hope, high hopes for the U.S. men's national team coming into this World Cup. But I've been pleasantly surprised through 2 friendlies.
Yeah, I think I'd agree. Honestly, I fully anticipated, an absolute blowout against Germany, to be honest.
Yeah.
I was pleasantly surprised at that performance. Obviously, the first goal, shocking. It was bad, right?
Set piece, right?
Right. To be expected, though, like with what we've talked about with the defending and the goalkeeping situation, not really feeling confident there, but I think all in all, against a strong German team, right? They're not the Germany of old, I don't think, but still very good.
Really good young team.
Good performance, yeah. It was a good
performance. Really good young team for that Germany side.
Yeah. And then the Senegal game was fun, right? Back and forth.
Yeah.
Little mistake by U.S. center back, of course. But, Senegal also had their mistake that we capitalized on. So it was, I feel better about us getting out of the group at least.
It's kind of ironic that the 2 mistakes that were made, the player that was involved in most of the goals that we conceded were Miles Robinson. And
Yeah, I think Miles Robinson, I'm at the point where I think he is a solid MLS center back.
yes,
I don't know if he's national team caliber anymore.
no, he had a chance to go to Europe before going to Cincinnati, and he chose to stay in the
Right,
MLS, go to
right.
Cincinnati, and make about the same amount of money. I think that just tells you all I need to know about a player like Miles Robinson. But at the same time, at his peak, he was actually a really, really good player. But now it's just like, what are you doing? I mean, he kind of was only really brought in to be Chris Richards' replacement while he gets healthy, and then I don't think Miles Robinson will see the field once Chris Richards is fit.
I agree. He's in that like Nat Borchers category where he's like a really good center back for your MLS side, but you're really not expecting much else out of him at all.
I think through those two friendlies, I think a lot of my questions and a lot of my concerns about the defense are answered. And essentially, it's that defensively and goalkeeping wise, this team isn't really that great. Miles Robinson doesn't really help. The mistakes that you saw from Miles Robinson doesn't really help ease any of the concerns that I had for the U.S. men's national team defense. I think it just heightened everything. I think it just heightened the concerns for me. The concerns about Pulisic, though, were quickly answered against Senegal. He had an assist and a goal in that 3-2 win over Senegal, but then kind of disappeared a little bit against Germany.
Yeah. I'm still concerned about Pulisic.
I'm not.
And this is why I'm concerned, though, right? I know his quality, but I'm concerned that the pressure's all on him. You know what I mean? Like, we need more than one guy to carry that expected load. And I feel like no one's really expecting anyone else to, carry this team through the World Cup.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that just comes with being a Captain America, and I mean he's been on the team since 2018. He's like 17 years old, and so he's just as kind of that expectation to carry, but I don't think he has that weight on his back as much as he has had since like the last World Cup and before that. I think you got like the likes of Balogun, Ricardo Pepi, who can come off the bench, but it, if anything, and like someone else needs to score, be making some more goals other than Pulisic. It feels like Pulisic's always one assisting or scoring, but I think it's going to be interesting seeing because we have a fit team this World Cup. Last World Cup we didn't have. I don't think we had Chris Richards. I don't think we had. Who else did we not have? Was Dest? I think Dest was hurt too. No,
Maybe. You're asking me to go 4 years back. I can't remember off the top of my head.
But yeah, it's going to be a completely different team, and we have like newer pieces as well. Like we didn't. Malik Tillman wasn't around for that World Cup, and so it should be different. And hopefully, someone else can step up other than Christian Pulisic.
I saw a clip from the Tim Howard and Landon Donovan podcast earlier this week that honestly it irked me and it rubbed me the wrong way a little bit because he said that they don't need Matt Freese to be legendary. They just need him to be there and make one or two good saves a game.
Yeah, I don't think Matt Freese should be starting. I think it should be Matt Turner.
Which, even if it's if it's Matt Freese or if it's Matt Turner, whichever Matt they decide to go with, I think you do need someone to be legendary. And what I mean by that is any team, you go back in history, you go back and you look at the last couple of winners, one of the common themes has been a top-class legendary goalkeeper. And if you want to make a deep run in this tournament, you need elite goalkeeping, and I just don't think the U.S. men's national team has that right now.
Right. I mean, look at Emi Martinez in the last World Cup.
Legendary.
Right? I guess Tim Howard just doesn't want anyone to touch his Belgian performance.
His save record.
Well, I just remember like in the Euros from not too long ago, like when Switzerland made a run, Sommer was legendary as well.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
You need to have elite goalkeeping in the World Cup
Yeah.
in order to make a deep run. And even when you had elite goalkeeping from the U.S. men's national team, I mean, you go back a couple World Cups, Tim Howard. Before that, what was it? Oh man, what was his name? The other bald one,
Friedel.
Yeah, Brad Friedel. Like it always seems like this. The U.S. men's national team has always had elite goalkeeping, and now in this World Cup, you don't have that. You don't get that. Again, essentially, Donovan's argument is you don't need him to be elite through the group stages. You can kind of allow Matt Freese to grow into the tournament. But I just don't see. I just don't see Matt Freese hitting those elite levels.
I mean, just having an expectation of 1 or 2 saves in a game, though. You could be facing 10 shots.
I think against Paraguay, sure, against Turkey, sure, against Australia, sure, but then as soon as you make it into the next round, like depending on how the cards line up for you and depending on how things go, you're probably facing a world-class attack in the next round.
Right, but he's also talking like, we're going to be banging in 4 or 5 goals a game.
Right. And
not to mention, like, your team's got to have confidence in the goalkeeper as well. So, like, I don't expect legendary either, but it can't be subpar. And I feel like we're on track for subpar or just, I don't know, standard goalkeeping. It just, I mean, look what happened with RSL with Zach McMath, right? Like, there was just no confidence there.
Yeah, exactly.
Got to have a good goalkeeper to do something.
Yeah.
Especially like, okay, if this was reversed and our center backs and our defense was killing it and our midfield was killing it and we were scoring goals and it was a strong team, yeah, I can expect you to make 1 or 2 saves and the team's probably going to carry the goalkeeper. That's not the situation we're looking at.
No.
He's going to be under pressure.
The defense looked way too leaky against Senegal and Germany.
Right.
And I know Senegal is also a team who's going to be at the World Cup, and they have some, elite attackers when it comes to guys like Sadio Mane, but they just didn't look confident against Senegal defensively.
No.
I think that's what happens when you're missing a guy like Chris Richards, and I think it's just simple as that. Chris Richards is the defender for us, and he's just it's unfortunately he's missed out on these 2 friendlies, but I think we'll see him in either if not the first game, most likely the second game in the World Cup.
Although, I mean, let's also be fair. Landon Donovan and Tim Howard have a lot of bad takes on that podcast.
They do.
Yeah.
I do listen to it from time to time, and
they do.
I remember there was a segment recently like, don't speak until you hear a better player than Clint Dempsey, and woof.
I know. That as soon as you said that too, that's the clip that came to mind as well.
Yeah. So the homerism there is real, right? Like, so it
just rubbed me the wrong way because I mean these are 2 guys who have been there, done that. They've been in these stages, they've been in these moments, and they should know that it takes elite goalkeeping to make a deep run.
That's like saying, like, I don't know, name an NFL football team can just squeak by and win the Super Bowl with subpar quarterbacking. All he needs to do is throw 1 or 2 touchdowns. You know what I mean? Like,
right. They didn't win it though.
Nope.
They didn't win it.
Or having subpar kicking and they only need to make 1 or 2 field goals to win the game. You know what I mean? It doesn't sit right.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
It's like we're asking Greg Ostertag to take all the free throws in the final. It just doesn't work.
I do, after watching the 2 friendlies, I do feel better about I do feel a little bit better about the U.S. men's national team, but I still have still wary. I do think now though, with what I've seen, like I truly believe that they will make it out of the group stage, especially now with the 3. I know that there's a lot of people who are like, I don't know. But 3 teams essentially make it out of the group stage. And if you're not making it out of the group stage with this group, then
Something's gone so wrong.
Something's gone terribly wrong. And I know not all third place teams make it, but I mean, you should be positioned well enough where I believe you don't have to even worry about the third place tiebreakers.
Yeah, same. But you never know. Australia might surprise us,
I like Australia, man.
I do too. I think Turkey's going to be the toughest game.
I do too.
Yeah.
You're an underrated team.
And you know what? Like, I don't think you can underestimate Paraguay either.
No, Paraguay, they're very good defensively. They're just very good. Like, they finished very high in their
hurt
group.
though.
I'll never forget the 2010 run from Paraguay with Tata Martino at the helm.
Always Tata.
That dude's been everywhere. Holy crap!
Yeah, he's been everywhere. That's what got him to prominence. Really, is that 2010 run, and then after that, he got the Barca job.
Oh yeah, I forgot he was even at Barca. That's crazy.
That was a long time ago. All right, let's run through some predictions. Let's run through some brackets for the FIFA World Cup, and we'll start with Group A. Who makes it out of Group A for you guys? That's Mexico, South Africa, Korea, and Czechia.
Okay. So you remember the top three, the best 8 top 3 teams make it out, by the way.
That's right.
Yes. In that group, I have Korea number 1, Mexico number 2, Czechia 3, and South Africa 4.
Mine's the same, except I have Mexico going through at 1.
Ooh.
Yeah, I might be home cooking here a little bit, but I think I got Mexico at 1. I got Mexico at 1, Korea at 2, Czechia at 3, and then South Africa at 4. In Group B, you have Canada, Bosnia, Qatar, and Qatar and Switzerland. This one's a tough one for me.
This is hard. I think we're gonna go Switzerland, Canada, B if you're doing stickers, and Qatar.
I have Switzerland, Bosnia. So Switzerland first,
Wow.
Bosnia second, Canada third, Qatar fourth.
Yeah, I think I have the same as Josh. I have Switzerland, Canada, Bosnia. I would like Bosnia to advance because I think Bosnia is the team that's setting up in Harriman and in Sandy for their camp. So I got a little cheering. I got a little cheering on thing going on for Bosnia just because they're here, and just because their camp's going to be in Utah. So I do hope Bosnia make it through, but I do have Switzerland, Canada, and Bosnia in Group B. In Group C, you have Brazil, Morocco, Haiti, and Scotland. This one I think is pretty straightforward.
I don't know. I think Morocco could take this group, but I did just go with the good old Brazil.
Yeah. Not a bad take at all. Yeah.
It's hard to bet against Brazil.
It is, especially in the group stage.
In the World Cup, in the group stage, you have Carlo Ancelotti at the helm. I have a lot of questions about Brazil's defense.
So bad.
They're not, it's not the Thiago Silva and the David Silva and the Marcelo, right?
Well, they got Marquinhos and Gabriel. I'm more concerned about their outside backs.
Yeah, their outside backs seem weak. Yeah. Right? You don't have a Marcelo. You don't have the for sure guy. I think Gabriel and Marquinhos in the midfield, in the center, is fine, but I still wouldn't put him at the level of Thiago Silva and David Luiz. More so, I don't know. I have a lot of questions about Brazil's defense, but I think if anybody can make up for the defensive deficiencies of Brazil, it's Carlo Ancelotti. Brazil, Morocco, Scotland, Haiti for me.
I got Morocco, Brazil, Scotland, Haiti.
Group D, the U.S. men's national team, Paraguay, Australia, and Turkey.
Don't hate me. I'm going Turkey, USA, Paraguay, and Australia. Yeah.
Wow.
I think the U.S. beats Australia, draws Paraguay, loses to Turkey.
Okay. Carson, what do you got?
I got Turkey, USA, Australia, Paraguay.
Wow, that's bold.
Yeah.
I might be the only homer here, guys, because I do have USA top in the group.
Homer.
Turkey's underrated, bro. Everyone that last Euros they played in, they were so bad, but
They
they're a
also
whole
just
completely
stomped
they're
us
a,
in a friendly not too long
they're a
ago.
whole different team than they were 2 years ago. In Yildiz and Guler on the wing, man.
This group's tough for me, man, because I know that there's really not like a world beater in this group. They're all I think they're a lot evenly even more
Yes.
evenly matched than a lot of these groups. I wouldn't go as far as to like consider it the group of death, but it is a group that I look at USA, I look at Turkey, and I look at Australia, and I look at Paraguay, and I say these teams are all pretty like really similar when it comes to the level that they're at. So I do have a hard time. I did have a really hard time picking the order for this group because I think any of these 4 teams can make it through.
It's fair.
Yes, they're probably one of the more evenly matched groups in the World Cup.
Group E: Germany, Curacao, Cote d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast, and Ecuador. Germany at the top. I don't think any of us are arguing there.
I mean, actually, no.
You don't have Germany. I was about to say,
Never mind.
Germany's winning this group. If they don't, it's a massive. Even if they advance, it's a failure. They should, theoretically top this group.
Yeah, I think Ecuador finishes easily second though, and then Ivory Coast and Curacao.
Whoa. Okay.
What do you have? What do you have, Carson?
I got Germany, Ivory Coast, Ecuador, Curacao.
No,
Ivory Coast is another team I think people are really underrating.
I would agree, but I think Ecuador's in that same conversation of people overrating or underrating Ecuador.
And that's what I'm thinking is like, I honestly, that's why I was kind of hesitant on Germany being number 1 because I could totally see Ivory Coast and Ecuador pulling out results against Germany.
That midfield for Ecuador, man, is honestly
so good.
It's honestly
attack for
really
Ivory Coast.
Good.
Have you seen the attack for Ivory Coast?
I have seen the attack for Ivory Coast.
Yeah, it's good.
But they have Aaron Wan-Bissaka, so that's scary for them.
Having what's it called? Oh, what's his name? Why am I Caicedo, bro? Running pulling the strings of that midfield. And you have a lot of like really underrated you had some really underrated names on that Ecuador team. Like the Arsenal defender on loan from Bayern, who I thought had a really phenomenal season. Estupiñán, who ended up going to Milan from Brighton this past year. I also think he's underrated. There's a lot of really underrated names.
They have Pacho as well,
team.
right?
Yes. They have the Paris defender.
I might have to switch up my bracket. I'm not gonna lie.
They have a good team, man. And this is probably, for somebody who watches a lot of Conan Bowl, for somebody who watches a lot of CONCACAF, this is probably the best Ecuadorian team that I've seen in my lifetime.
Ooh, honestly, I think that's probably because I'm really looking forward to the Ivory Coast Germany game, and now I'm looking forward to the Ivory Coast Ecuador game. That's like 2 young teams who have a lot of under the radar players.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a great game.
Curacao, thanks for coming.
Yeah, I would love if they just finished.
I'm rooting for them. They have a former United Academy product on their team.
Chong. Yeah. He plays for Sheffield. Yeah,
he's the only player on that team that was born in Curacao.
Yes.
All the rest of them are all from the Netherlands.
They also have former MLS man Jurgen Locadia, who I found out that he was on that team through the sticker book.
Isn't Cape Verde the Netherlands related one? Curaçao's in the Caribbean. Or am I?
Oh, yeah, they're Netherlands.
I think they both.
Well.
I think they both were.
Are they both Dutch colonies?
Okay. I think they both.
Yeah.
Were.
Excuse me, Curacao. I'm not that.
And Suriname is as well. So if Suriname would have made it,
Group F.
I'm going Dutch, Swedes, Japanese, and the Tunisians. This was a tough one.
Yes.
Between 2 and 3. I feel like I'm underrating Japan a little bit. But the Swedish attack's crazy, and the Dutch are just the Dutch. So
I think defensively, Netherlands is the best team in this group. I do have questions about Netherlands attack, which is crazy. I never thought that I'd head into a World Cup thinking that the Netherlands offense was going to be something that I was concerned about, but here we are.
just like we were never going to be, I never thought we'd be talking about being convinced that or concerned about USA goalkeeping, right?
Yeah, there you go. Yep. It's like, you go back to 14 and 10. Wesley Sneijder, Arjen Robben. Who else was on that team, man?
Van Persie,
Huntelaar off the bench. Like,
Huntelaar, yeah.
Their attack has always been top tier. And then this year I look at the squad and I'm like, oh, Cody Gakpo. Ooh.
It's just like I think something the Netherlands are gonna run into, like how Italy is running into right now, is that they're holding on to a lot of players that shouldn't be getting called up still. Like I don't feel like Memphis Depay, I don't feel like he should be getting called up.
Yeah, I don't think Memphis Depay is your answer. That's another question.
Like,
that is
another
kid question
from Ajax. That kid from Ajax didn't get called up. Whatever his last name's Goetz. Godts. Really good young player in like someone like Val Veghorst gets called up over him. Like
yeah.
That's a question mark.
Like another guy like Val Veghorst, like why the heck is he getting called up still to the national team? Like
I got questions about this Netherlands team, man.
Yeah, their defense isn't good. The defense is going to be good. Midfield's going to be good.
Concerned.
The attack, like they're going to have one of the best midfields, probably one of the best defenses, but their attack is what's probably going to be their downfall in the end.
I do think they top the group. I don't know where to go with 2 and 3. So I did end up going similarly to Josh, Sweden 2, Japan 3, with Tunisia coming in at 4th.
Okay, I kind of went a different direction than you guys. Because the Netherlands I'm really like skeptical of their attack. I went with Japan number 1.
Wow.
Netherlands number 2, Sweden number 3, Tunisia number 4. And yeah, like Sweden have a great attack. Graham Potter's their head coach.
Is he really?
Yeah, Graham Potter's their head coach. Yeah.
That's a name I haven't heard in a while.
But he actually, that's how he came up through coaching. I think he started coaching a club team in Sweden, and then
oh wow,
that's it. But yeah, that's the direction I'm going with. I'm putting my trust in Project Blue Lock to top this group. So
Group G: Belgium, Egypt, Iran, and New Zealand. This one, to me, it's pretty straightforward.
Belgium, Egypt, Iran, and New Zealand.
I think it's straightforward to who's going to finish first. I think 2 through 4 is kind of like it could really go anyway.
I think New Zealand's done. Like they're not going to.
You don't. But the thing is, we don't know. Chris Wood could literally score like so many goals.
See, I have Belgium, Egypt, New Zealand, Iran.
Ooh.
Okay.
I have Belgium.
Yeah, Belgium's first. I don't think there's a question there. But to me, I think the Mo Salah factor plays a lot into Egypt at 2. I don't think I don't know if he'll have a lot of help in the World Cup to go pretty far, but I do think
Marmouche is there.
Yeah, Marmouche is good, but I just think that for what is looking to be Mo Salah's final World Cup, most likely.
Yeah.
He's gonna ball out. And I think Egypt will take second.
Okay. I have mine being Belgium, Iran, Egypt, New Zealand.
Group H: Spain, Cape Verde, Saudi Arabia, and Uruguay.
I'm gonna go Spain. How can you not?
Yeah.
Uruguay, Saudi Arabia, and Cape Verde. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I think.
Sorry, Mitch.
I think that's where we're at. Sorry,
I'm Spain, Uruguay, and then I'm hopping on that Cape Verde bandwagon for 3rd, and then Saudi Arabia 4th.
There you go.
That'd be wild, and I'd love it, but
Group I think also can be pretty fun. You have France, Senegal, Iraq, and Norway. And to me, it comes down to Senegal, Norway, as in the second and the third teams. Right?
Yeah, I'm going Senegal second, Norway third.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's not a bad take. I think it's up for grabs who takes that spot.
Holland, Udegaard, they have a solid attack, solid midfield. I don't know anybody who plays defense for Norway. I mean, you have a couple Premier League players in there, but I mean, nothing.
Their midfield should be fine. They have
I think their midfield will be fine. I think
their
their attack will be fine.
Should be fine as well.
For me, I'm going Norway, Senegal, 2 and 3.
Okay. I'm going France, Norway, Senegal, Iraq.
I'm the only one believing in Senegal. Huh?
I know.
They're good. I don't doubt them, but the Holland. I'm relying on that Holland factor.
Have you seen me reacting to the heat, bro?
Yeah.
Group J is the easiest path for Argentina.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if they'll have very much competition in this group. I think Argentina.
They did get upset by Saudi Arabia last time, so
I know, and so maybe Jordan does again, but I think Argentina finishes first. I'm gonna go Algeria second, Austria third, Jordan fourth.
I flipped the two other A's here, but same.
Yeah, I went Argentina, Austria, Algeria, Jordan. And look, that's again is like those are two underrated teams, Algeria and Austria. And I want to be surprised if one of them gets in a result against Argentina. But yeah, Argentina's gonna be first, Austria second, Algeria third, and Jordan last.
Group K, I kind of went a crazy direction. So this is the group with Portugal, Congo, Uzbekistan, and Colombia.
Okay.
Kind of went a crazy direction. I went Colombia to win the group.
Honestly, that's not that crazy.
Yeah, it's not that crazy. Yeah.
I think a lot of people, and I've seen a lot of people put Portugal first because Ronaldo's last rodeo, whatever. And I think overall Portugal are fine, and Portugal will be good. The question marks at the 9 concern me for Portugal.
Why?
Was it just Leao that just got suspended for punching someone in the last friendly?
It should, theoretically, it should be Rafa Leao and Cristiano Ronaldo. But I don't think that they have a true deadly 9. Ronaldo's not the Ronaldo that we once knew and loved.
Bro.
No. He's good. He's fine.
Felix?
No.
No.
He had a pretty good season.
I don't believe Joao Felix. I can't trust Joao Felix.
My concern with Portugal.
All right, then frick it. Bruno.
Yes, that's why I have them at first, is because of Bruno. My concern with Portugal is they're gonna force it to Ronaldo, right? Try to force all these things.
That's what I feel is gonna happen too.
They were smart, they wouldn't.
Right, but they're going to. Do you think Ronaldo's gonna let them not? You know what I mean?
Oh, look, Ronaldo's gonna end up being the top goal scorer, bro. Just watch.
I mean, would be awesome, but
I think Ronaldo at this point of his career, I know it's his last dance. It's the last rodeo. He's been waiting for this moment.
He's got it.
I think he's more of a problem now to this Portugal team than anybody cares to admit.
I think this wouldn't be the conversation had he not gone to play in the Saudi league.
Hey,
I would have to agree.
League. 28 goals in the Saudi league, bro.
Right, but that's like saying,
how many goals is that in the MLS? Okay, yeah, they had a 63 goal differential. Holy crap.
Exactly. It doesn't give me a lot of confidence that he's going to be able to carry them to a World Cup final.
Whereas you look at this Colombia team, they got a lot of really underrated young talent. Richard Rios, who I absolutely admire. Luis Suarez, not the Luis Suarez who bites people, the Luis Suarez Colombian who actually had a really solid season in Portugal this past year. I don't know where. Okay, if James Rodriguez puts on the Superman cape the way that he did in the Copa America run,
Yeah.
they will top this group. If
Dude,
you get the James Rodriguez that played for Minnesota this past season, they're not going to top the group.
And every other club he played for since the last World
Yeah.
Cup.
Portugal, I'm just saying, Portugal will have the best midfield in the World Cup.
And then the Group L, the final group. This is my group of death. It's England, it's Croatia, it's Ghana, it's Panama.
That's the order I went in. I could also see I would have had Croatia topping it if they were younger.
Yeah, that's my concern with Croatia. And I know that, they've been the fun story for the last couple World Cups. They made it to the final in 2018, semifinal run in the last World Cup. They're just everybody that they rely on. Luka Modric, Perisic, who else? They're even their goalkeeper, man. They're all old. They're all at the tail end of their careers.
It's all of their last World Cups as well.
It is all of their last World Cups. If they were any younger, I would probably give it to Croatia to top this group. I think you're absolutely right, Josh. Because of the age, I think it'll show. England will end up topping this group. Croatia gets second, and then Ghana third, Panama fourth. But don't count out Panama, bro.
I'm going to. Sorry.
I can see them finishing third. I can see Panama finishing third. I'm not impressed with Ghana's squad at all. The only player that stands out to me is really Semenyo. After that, it's like who? Like
I just have Ghana trauma being a U.S. men's national team supporter.
That's true.
So I never want to count them out because of that.
Yeah, but I'm just going England, Croatia, Ghana, Panama.
I feel like that's a very safe bet.
This is where it gets kind of like weird and shaky for me because of the the tiebreakers, the third place teams.
Yeah.
This is where this is where your busted or your brackets will be busted or will be made. As far as third place teams go, I have Senegal, Japan, Austria, Cote d'Ivoire, Australia, Scotland, Czechia, and Bosnia. Wait, correction. Not Scotland, Ghana. So the teams that I don't have advancing are Scotland, Congo, Saudi, and New Zealand.
Okay, go ahead, Josh.
I have Japan, Norway, Ivory Coast, Paraguay, Scotland, Congo, Saudi Arabia, and Ghana.
Okay. I have Senegal, Ecuador, Australia, Algeria, Canada, Sweden, Czechia, and Scotland.
Since I think at this point now, though, since we all have different matchups for the round of 32, and since we all have different teams advancing and different teams making it in third places and etc., now we'll go with your final four. Who do you have in the semifinals of this year's World Cup?
First off, though, I just want to point out I do have Ivory Coast and Turkey making the round of 16. So,
whoa,
yeah.
Actually, you know what? That's the one thing that's the one thing that sucks about the expanded tournament. It feels like a lot of these matchups are watered down.
Yeah.
And it is going to be. I think the one positive about it is that you do have the possibility of some of these countries who maybe necessarily wouldn't make it out of the round of 16 making it past because of the way that the road is laid out for them, right? Like if the Ivory Coast get the luck of the draw and end up with a pretty easy path, you can easily see, an Ivory Coast or, anybody make it into the quarterfinals, depending on how the third place teams really go. Because the reality is, I think of the, what is it, 8 that qualify, the third place teams, maybe 4 or 5 are actually deserve probably to be there. And then the other two, or the other couple, got kind of lucky with the expanded field.
All right, ready for my semifinal?
Let's hear it, Josh.
It's a doozy. I have France and Spain.
Hey, okay. I love that matchup.
And England, Argentina.
Wow. Carson, what do you got?
I got France, Spain, and then I have England, Portugal.
Oh man, that Mexico round of 16 though, Mexico-England game is gonna feed families.
Absolutely.
At the
Say what?
Estadio Azteca, bro.
England versus Mexico?
England versus Mexico in the round of 16. It's gonna happen. If they both top the group, it is very, very possible that England and Mexico face off in the round of 16 at the Mexico City Stadium.
If Argentina finished second in their group and Spain finishes first, they'll meet in the round of 32.
Oh, that would be.
I would love that for a first.
I mean, I would love the matchup, but that would suck really, really badly for whoever loses.
Hey, the sooner or later Argentina's out, the better. So
Oh, Germany, France in the round of 16? That'd be legit.
There's going to be some spicy matchups early on, that's for sure.
There is. I mean, I have Netherlands, Morocco in the round of 32. Portugal, Spain, very big possibility in the round of 16. That rivalry. Rematch, USA, Belgium, very possible in the round of 16.
Oof.
All right, my semifinals honestly went pretty chalky. I have France, Spain in the semifinal, and then Brazil, Argentina in the other final. Which, now thinking about it, I don't know if I necessarily like that pick, but here we are.
Brazil. You think Brazil's gonna make a run?
Yes,
Okay.
but that's as far as they get because of my championship
you think or
game.
you want?
No, I think that's as far as they get. I think my championship game will be Spain, Argentina, with Spain winning the World Cup.
I'm going Spain, England, with Spain winning it.
England making all the way to the final.
Yeah, it's more selfish. I want to see them get there and then lose and then watch them all cry.
That's crazy.
Carson,
I
what
want
do
to
you got?
hear all the it's coming
I
home.
got France, Portugal, with Portugal winning.
France, Portugal. You got Portugal winning. Interesting.
I'm really high on that midfield, bruh.
So me and Josh are on the Spain train. And then
I'm not on the Spain train. I'm very
Carson's
much
on-
off the Spain train.
Carson's on the Portugal train.
I just hope everyone has fun.
We'll be having a lot of fun, man. It's every time every time that the World Cup rolls around, it does feel like everybody takes a moment to stop and appreciate the World Cup. I know I certainly am. I cannot wait for the opening matchup on Thursday when Mexico takes on South Korea. I will be there, seated, watching, enjoying, having fun, and I will watch every game along the way.
Heck yeah.
Absolutely. I can't wait either. I'm going to watch as many as I can. Obviously, go to work, but I'll probably be watching at
How
work
dare
too.
you work?
They just won't know it.
I do kind of miss I do kind of miss the World Cup during the high school days because at least during the school days, right? Because it'd be like summer vacation, so you'd literally just sit on the couch all day and watch soccer.
Nothing better.
Nothing better.
Except having to get up at 2 a.m. Sorry, Europeans. Sorry, it's your turn to get up in the morning.
Yeah, and then what the heck is up with all the Europeans complaining about the kickoff times as if like we didn't just have to go through that during the Qatar World Cup. We didn't just have to go through that during the Russia World Cup.
During literally every single World Cup.
Yeah, it's your guys' turn now.
Yeah, we get up that early to watch the Prem. Like, get over yourself.
Yeah, for real.
Get over yourselves, bunch of crybabies.
All right, guys. Anything else you want to add? Anything else you want to say? Anything else you want to throw out there before we wrap this one up?
Nah, I'm good.
Nah.
Let us know who you're picking to win the World Cup. Let us know who you're backing. Let us know who you think will make it all the way. Let us know who you think will disappoint. Tweet at us at the RSL Show. Send us a message on Instagram. We'd love to get your reactions and hear your thoughts and your takes on this edition of the FIFA World Cup. That's going to do it for us here on the RSL Show. Don't forget to go like, don't forget to go subscribe, don't forget to go do what you have to do to follow the RSL Show for the best RSL content, and we'll see you guys maybe next week as we talk more World Cup action.